to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Oh, you are? Tough guy.
Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home, 'cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Oh, wait. Wrong show.
Doors closing.
Hi, this is Ryan Hoppe's mom, and you're listening to Hoppe Hour.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Yes, now. What? No. If I hit this button, boom, the whole program's gonna start. Okay, well, hit it. All right.
Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at? Always going in, never doubt it. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source of trending topic. Be the hottest, search about his competition. Microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppe Hour in your system.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what today is? I will tell you.
Good morning, class. It is National Teacher Day.
Are you my teacher?
National Teacher Day has been around since 1953.
Recognizing the hard work and dedication of our teachers.
She's everybody's favorite teacher.
The teachers here are teachers here because they actually love children.
Happy National Teacher Day.
Showtime.
I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that I want to give a round of applause to all the teachers out there. You guys work your ass off and you get underpaid. Kind of like radio. 3 of the top teachers make all the money. Then everyone else is grinding through. This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, hanging out with you. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. I've noticed we've had a little more than 70 listens, downloads in Cleveland. I have no idea why. What's going on in the world?
This is not headline news. A list of the 20 hardest jobs in the U.S. is out. Coming in at number 1, convincing a jury that Diddy's innocent. Astronaut was named one of the toughest jobs in America, but that was quickly rebutted by Katy Perry while she was holding a flower in one hand and her concert set list in another. Police in Brazil foiled a plot to bomb a Lady Gaga concert, so the only bomb Lady Gaga has been involved with remains Joker 2. And Skype is officially dead. I found that out yesterday during a Zoom meeting.
Sad to say goodbye to Skype, the OG of online awkward silences.
Yeah.
Cause of death could have been a virus, or maybe it just froze mid-sentence. The task manager attempted to restart, but alas, Skype had already logged off. Once the king of "Can you hear me now?" Now just a ghost app haunting desktops. May it rest in pixels. Reporting from the Skype funeral, I'm Haywood Yazumi.
That was not that funny at the end. I'm going to tell you, though, Skype really messed up. Like, they had a chokehold on having video calls, having phone calls. But you know where they messed up? Is they let Zoom take over. And Microsoft Teams, even though I believe Microsoft Teams is like an affiliate of Skype, they let those two take over. So yesterday was Cinco de Mayo. And everybody that's listening on May 6th is probably a little hungover. The ones that went out drinking last night.
Today's show is brought to you by the 6th of May, otherwise known as Hangover de Mayo.
I don't miss drinking and all those freaking hangovers. My hangovers were like dramatic, man. Like I would have droopy eyes and I would just look absolutely, positively out of it. It was nuts, I tell you. Almost as nuts as David Lee Roth announcing a tour.
Well, we're off to our usual flying start. Are we having fun yet? Yeah? She's flying. I'm flying. Driving headlong.
Wow, he sounds awful. It's terrible. I don't know why they said he announced a tour. He just ended up singing his crappy music. Larry David asked Paul McCartney if he's ever been punched.
At the 50th, I was introduced to Paul McCartney, and I said to him, has anyone ever punched you in the mouth? There was
Larry David would do that.
An incident in his youth when he was like 13 or 14, and somebody headbutted him, he told me.
Yeah, Paul McCartney's too pretty to fight. A kid accidentally ordered 70,000 dum-dum suckers. Here is somebody from Amazon talking about it.
I just panicked, and then when I saw...
Or not someone from Amazon, that being his mother.
I just panicked, and then when I saw what the number was, I just about fainted. This was just a fluke thing that happened. He told me that he wanted to have a carnival, and he was ordering the dum-dums as prizes for his carnival. Yeah. So, again, he was being friendly. He was being kind to his friends.
Nah, he was using you. You just don't want to admit that you gave birth to a brat. Woman calls police on homeless man walking his newborn. Turns out it's her neighbor.
Someone called the cops on me thinking that I was a homeless person with a baby.
Yeah.
So the cop needs to see my ID. So she followed me home when I was walking the baby.
You get in trouble about this for the rest of your guys' life.
It's just hilarious.
You're going for a walk or something?
Yeah, I do it like every 3 times a day.
Sounds homeless.
This lady lives, I think, a street over. She saw you. She got worried.
So supposedly this guy had a long hair, a man bun, and a bushy beard. So pretty much he looks like everybody in Portland.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
We'll be right back.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Happy Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Making them move ourselves. So shawty, lay right down. I'm finna show you how it's about to go down. Just get it started, know exactly what to do. Sensual symphony from me and you, and you, and you. Carry up and down, playing your body.
Oh, just. You're down this way. Oh, oh, oh.
Today on TMZ.
Okay, it is not enough that Luigi Mangione is a hero to millions.
Yeah, if you look up to Luigi, you're a mutant.
Millions of people. He is now the subject of a new musical.
It'll be in San Francisco's Taylor Street Theater. First 5 nights are sold out. Like, this is going to be popular.
Is the plan to actually take this on the road and maybe...
I want to be popular.
To go to Broadway?
Oh, if it tours, they should say it's going on the run instead of saying it's going on the road.
The trial teams are set for the trial of Diddy. Interestingly, all 5 lead prosecutors are women, believing presumably that it will appeal to a jury in a case about sex trafficking.
Good luck finding a jury in this case.
Are they going to try to pick all women?
Yeah.
Prosecutors are going to want women on the jury.
Women can be the harshest judges of women.
Hell yeah. I love how women are like, we're all about empowerment. And then the second they have to bring them down, they do.
I love how not one woman has chimed in this whole conversation.
I did.
Blake Lively talking about the Justin Baldoni lawsuit.
What a bitch is.
The women who have had the ability to use their voice that's helped me in my belief in my fight for the world.
Your voice has just burned bridges, honey.
Be safer for women and girls.
She's basically saying, I'm taking all this hate on because I will stand up for women and girls.
There's nothing worse than self-service masquerading as self-sacrifice.
Hell yeah, bro.
That is what she is doing.
That's a really good bumper sticker.
This is the ultimate. This is her truth, but not the truth.
I don't even know if it's her truth.
I wanted to make a bumper sticker too, though.
So we all know George Clooney can play basketball, but he...
Hell yeah. George Clooney, even though he's an annoying liberal, even I'm in the middle, but he's a cool ass dude, bro.
Can also kind of play softball, too. We have him out with the Broadway League and the cast of Good Night and Good Luck.
Yeah. I love that he's on the Broadway softball team. That's amazing.
He's in the same division as the Blue Man Group and the Harry Potter musical.
I love it. Freaking love it. Just got out of breath. I don't know why. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, if you want to see more of what I talk about, there's a lot of pictures. I put little funny one-liners underneath it. RYANHOPPE radio.com. There, you have the gallery of everything I've ever talked about on Happy Hour. And you can leave me a message there, okay? Does that work with you? All right. What's going on here? A little more on Blake Lively.
Into it is that this year has been full of the highest highs and the lowest lows of my life.
But you brought it upon yourself. It's called self-sabotage.
That's Blake Lively on Late Night with Seth Meyers, clearly talking about the Baldoni elephant in the room.
All she did was make Baldoni more famous.
Wait. She did a TV interview? That's a huge deal.
Huge. Obviously, she doesn't say, and this is how I feel about Justin Baldoni.
Yeah, because she's a cowboy.
He just says.
And I see so many women around afraid to speak, especially right now, afraid to share their experiences, and fear is by design. It's what keeps us silent.
You're projecting about yourself and how you treat others. Honey.
I don't think that's true. I feel like women speak out the most now.
I think she's saying Justin Baldoni is trying to silence women by going on the attack against Blake Lively.
No, you're trying to science women because you want to be better than others. You're known as the brat. You're known as the bully. Shut up, honey.
I think that's what she's really saying. There's nothing worse than self-service masquerading as self.
All right, we heard that earlier. All right. Let me see when we got here. This is crazy breaking news. Justin Tucker released by the Ravens as NFL investigates alleged misconduct at massage parlors. He's a Caucasian, just Deshaun Watson. Had a hard time saying that. He'd be perfect in Cleveland. You got two people there. You got Deshaun Watson and him. Bunch of scumbags. Joe Burrow fuels romance rumors with Olivia Ponton at Miami Grand Prix. And I know this might be crazy to admit. But Joe Burrow's girlfriend's freaking hot. I'll post a picture of it on my website. And Jason Pierre-Paul was interviewed by TMZ, and he says he still has it. I do believe he'd be good. Ever since the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got rid of Jason Pierre-Paul, they just have not been the same. It's almost like, it's a crazy concept, that he was an important part of that team. It's almost like because of him, they might have won the Super Bowl, and they did.
What is your thought when you see Abdul, asking Lawrence Taylor for his number, asking Phil Simms for his number? What's your take on that?
Me personally, this is a business, and I've been thankful enough to be part of this business for 14 years and still part of this business. And you have to prove yourself, Like I said, I had a blown a fire incident, broken neck, came back and proved myself and won a Super Bowl for that city and Tampa Bay. And it's a business, You might want that type of money, but at the end of the day, it's a business, and they're gonna pay you what they think they should pay you. If not, go out there and perform and let them know you ain't no joke.
But any issues with him asking the greatest giant, maybe the greatest defensive player of all time to wear his number? Because Lawrence was like, no way.
No, because he's retired. It's retired. If my number was retired, why? Why would you unretire my number?
That's a good point.
Make history. Make it legendary. Make history, and at the end of the day, when you make that history, you do it with a number that nobody never did it with.
Whatever.
Saw you in the gym just minutes ago before you came and talked to us. Is the goal?
Hell yeah, working on.
Still to go out there and play?
I still got it.
I know someone that used to have sex with him, and he really brings it supposedly.
Whoever give me that opportunity, they will see. Last year I didn't get a chance to play.
Yeah, that sucks.
It was disappointing, but like I say, this is a business, and when people feel like they don't need you, you got to show them. And
you got to prove them wrong.
I'm in the gym 24/7, with my trainer Mike, and I feel good.
I feel good. It's a good song by 2 Chainz.
I feel like the young 24 me. I can't say 21. You know what I'm saying? Down 270 pounds.
You do you, boo.
Got abs. I ain't have abs since my rookie year.
You do you, boo.
So that's just how hard work I'm putting in and what I'm striving to get, because
good job, man. A round of applause.
Anybody that give me that opportunity, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go right now. Give me the green light.
I'm ready to rock right.
I'm ready to rock
now. And they'll be like, yo, why was he playing last year? And that's what I want them to say.
He's got that beanie. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. Does that work with you? Is that cool? If you're listening after seeing the publicity stunt I did online, hi. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. This show is for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the U.S. or the U.K. or Sweden or wherever you're listening. As long as you're listening to my amazing voice, it's all that matters. Coming up next, we have weed news. We have Hoppe's Hoops. We'll recap the crazy night in the NBA last night. We got Tampa Bay news and much more. We will be right back on Happy Hour after this. Hang on.
Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Happy Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Watch me hawk that bitch.
Now watch me hook.
Watch me hawk that bitch.
We don't Spider-Man in. We don't Spider-Man and bitch. 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 We don't Superman and hoe. Ain't walking out on my toe. I'ma just get real low then when I watch me super punch that hoe. They be hating on us, rock us. We be putting on the show. When we hit that dance floor and we be taking all them hoes and now we super punch that hoe. Just deep up in this thing, harking on the dance floor. So when I rock it, you couldn't do it like me even if you could.
Hey, soldier boy, I told you boy, watch me super punch that hoe. Like, watch me hawk that bitch. If you ain't know I walk it at home, I told you do myself before. Can you super punch like me? Hell no, and hell no. Watch me jig it on the floor after I crank that merry-go. Superman don't do that though. Super kick when I bounce on my toe. You can't get like me. Yo, you got them bakes on showing when I super punch that bitch. I'ma walk it out on my toe.
We don't Spider-Man that bitch. We don't Superman that hoe. We don't Batman that bitch. We just super punch that hoe. Now watch me hook. We don't Spider-Man that bitch. We don't Superman that hoe. We don't Batman that bitch. We just super punch that hoe. Now watch me hook.
Hey yo, I'm up in these hoes, so watch me crack my piss back and put some of these up in your mouth just like a Kit Kat. You better get that before I had to step up. Don't wanna bust you in your dome and you trippin'.
Oh, fuck you, Gareth Dizzy Pinheiro, you little bitch.
Yeah, oh, what they don't know, I'm about to super punch that, oh. Super punch that right off in his nose. Dude thinking he can flow, straight I'm about to let him know. Soldier boy, you a bitch, you ain't nothing but a lame. And you softer than the mother, sweeter than the candy cane. And your whole crew whack, y'all need to stay out the booth. Your album wouldn't drop if you threw it out the roof. Nigga, you ain't ready, man. My whole crew heavy, man. No, I'm cocky back. We known for riding in them Chevys, man. So when you kids roll up, you better hit the flow. We got them tools on deck, and we bout to let them blow.
We don't Spider-Man that bitch. We don't Superman that hoe. We don't Batman that bitch. We just super punch that hoe. Now watch me hook. We don't Spider-Man that bitch. We don't Superman that hoe. We don't Batman that bitch. We just super punch that hoe. Now watch me hook.
We don't Spider-Man that hoe. My moves is fantastic. Hit him with the nine and make his body do gymnastics. Now I'm in man. Left hook, bounce, gas, shake, uppercuts, man.
On my toe, walk it out on my toe, walk it out on my walk it out on my toe, walk it out on my toe, walk it out on my toe, walk it out on my
We don't Spider-Man that bitch, we don't Superman that hoe, we don't Batman that bitch, we just Superman that hoe, now watch me.
Happy Hour will be right back.
What up? This is Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. This following segment has been brought to you by DaisyBeezyHoney.com. DaisyBeezyHoney.com. When I tell you it's the best Delta 8 CBD honey around, I'm a man of my words. Comes in the form of a lollipop. Look, the lollipop, the wrapper. A honey stick or a jar of honey. However the hell you want to get high, go to DaisyBeezyHoney.com. Use promo code Hoppe, HOPPE, to save 20%. This is also being brought to you by Fortify.com, FORTIFEYE.com for the best pre- and post-workout around. At checkout, use promo code Ryan20.
Doors closing. And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
It's Happy Hour.
Hey, it's Jack Murphy, and you're listening to the Happy Hour.
Hey, this is Jameson from WZLX Boston, and you're listening to Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, radio listener, it's Kevin Klein from Klein Alley Show on 106.7 K-Rock in Los Angeles. Perhaps you've never heard of us, maybe you have, but who cares? You're listening to Happy Hour with my boy, Ryan Hoppe. Good guy, way too tall, but definitely a product of incest.
Because focus is overrated, you're listening to Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Ryan's tall like the sky.
Oh, I am.
6'9", he's fly.
I got it.
From Chicago to the Bay.
Oh, really?
In St. Pete he'll stay.
Whatever.
Talk of love and fame. Dating life's his game.
Oh, I bet it is.
News all stars he's
Even though I retired from women.
with laughter filled.
I got it.
Happy hour, all you need.
Oh, sure.
Rich and Ely, take a seat.
Whatever.
Ryan's got the groove.
I got it.
Happy hour makes you move.
Oh, what's going on?
A cat by his side.
All right, here's my cat, Luna. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhoppyradio@gmail.com. I'm going to play this. If you're on the work site, Blair my cat.
Tune it up, the volume, dial it right.
I got it.
Hoppy's voice, that's the highlight. Tampa Bay news with a twist so bold. Meridian sunshine dipped in gold. Ryan Hoppy's got the scoop with flair.
Oh, I do.
Gators on golf courses, you better beware. From
whatever.
Gardens to that crazy traffic maze. Every story's got that Florida glaze. Tampa Bay feels hot on the air. Crazy headlines we can't help.
Before we get to the latest in Tampa Bay news, because that's where we record from,
It's never stale.
and crazy things happen here.
Drop the mic.
Fuck Jeff Knight. No one else wants to say it because they're afraid of burning the bridge with Janice Live. Fuck you.
Traffic jams on the bay.
Not Janice Live. I've seen a lot of concerts there.
Racing down the
scumbag Jeff Knight that took a life.
Florida man.
But because he has money in Tampa, he can get away with it.
Hoppy's laugh.
We wonder why the rest of the world hates us.
Weather's wild, it's a guessing.
The weather is wild. It's been freaking hot.
Hurricane season brings away.
All right, I don't need to hear about hurricane season.
Hoppy spins it like a DJ song.
It's giving me a panic attack thinking about my power going out. There is this freaking mutant right here.
Hoppy hot topic.
Thank you, Lenny. A former federal prosecutor is facing serious charges as the result of a stabbing incident on the Howard Franklin Bridge in 2023.
That was weird, man. Like, why would you get into a fight on the Howard Franklin? Why would you think that's a good idea? Probably because you're a sociopath.
Remember the video? We've seen it a few times now. The former prosecutor's attorneys say the charges should be thrown out based on the state's stand your ground law.
Oh, yeah, getting out of a car in the middle of traffic really stand your ground. Stand your ground's the new free speech. No one even knows what it friggin' means.
News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson live at the Pinellas Justice Center with more on
What up, Jeff?
this. He's making the pitch. I'm not sure how it's going though, Jeff. It's been taking a while, this hearing.
Good evening, Keith. Well, the question for the judge in this case is, did this former federal prosecutor have a legitimate fear for his life?
But you can't get out of a car and stab someone. I mean, unless you're the same person that thinks what Luigi Mangione did is right, then maybe I'm wrong.
On the day that he stabbed an unarmed man on the Howard Franklin Bridge, or was this a case of road rage?
A little bit of both.
Cell phone video shows then 35-year-old former federal prosecutor Patrick Scruggs
loser
wearing gym shorts and a t-shirt, stabbing a
beating the crap out of a
man again and again.
Why would you think that's a good idea? I mean, maybe you got some undiagnosed mental health issue, but why would you go, it's a good idea?
On Friday, Scruggs testified he stabbed the man after his car was hit.
He hit my car, and it was really jarring.
So he hit your car. We've all been in the car crashes. We didn't stab people, you dummy.
And the next thing I knew, I could hear it sounded like crunching metal.
Scruggs claims he pulled out his knife to break the man's window.
Why would you need to break the window, though?
To prevent him from driving off and harming others.
Maybe pop his tire or something.
I just didn't want him to drive the car.
This is like that sociopathic prosecutor energy where they think they can get away with anything.
Anymore. I just wanted, it was not, this man was not in any shape to be driving a vehicle.
Blake.
You talking about yourself? Freaking mutant.
Sharp is the man Scruggs stabbed. He says he passed out in his car because of a medical condition.
Realize you get stabbed because of that?
Sharp defiantly pushed back against Scruggs' attorneys as he testified.
Can you imagine being an attorney for Scruggs? You're a loser.
Scruggs says he stabbed Sharp because he was trapped between cars and in fear of his life. But the cell phone video shows Scruggs walking away. Then he comes back to stab Sharp again. The state says Scruggs had no reason to stab Sharp.
There was none, not even one.
Did he have a weapon in his hand? No, he did not have a weapon in his hand. Did he have a weapon in the car? No, he did not have a weapon in the car.
All right, dang, Scruggs. Just like this next guy, you'll always be remembered as a loser. This is Jeffrey Knight guy from Janus Live. He even spells his name like an asswipe. Jeffrey. Cool, bro. Your mom didn't know how to spell when she gave birth to you.
Happy Hot Topic.
Let's go.
First at 6, it's been a week since that boat crashed into the Clearwater ferry, killing one person.
Yeah, you know, that whole thing.
And injuring 10 others. Several passengers are now speaking out, contradicting what the driver of the boat that hit the ferry is saying. Fox 13's Kylie Jones is live for us in Tampa tonight. So, Kylie, what are those passengers saying?
What up, Kylie?
Allie, one couple spoke with us, and they were on the ferry that night with their young children. As you can imagine, as they're dealing with the trauma from this crash, their attorney is now saying some of the statements that have been made over the last week as insult to injury.
Oh, jeez.
It's been just over a week since a deadly crash out on the water.
It's draining. It's emotionally draining.
Yeah, it's emotionally draining seeing Jeffrey. That's how his name's spelled. Jeffrey. You loser. It's knowing how he will get away with it.
Brenda Alvarez, her husband Marcos Pacheco, and their kids were on the Clearwater ferry when, according to FWC, a boat operated by local businessman Jeffrey Knight slammed into the back of it.
We were going just to have a good time with our family.
Yeah, you know, just trying to have a good Sunday night before the work week, and then this moron comes along.
As Pacheco, Alvarez, and their children are recovering,
they're dealing with the trauma, they're dealing with their injuries, but ultimately now they're dealing with someone blaming them.
Yeah, this guy has real big balls. Well, actually, he has small D energy.
The crash, Knight's attorney has written multiple letters to FWC investigators. In them, he said Knight had someone on his boat call 911. He tried to render aid, stayed on scene until first responders got there, and only left because he thought his boat might sink. The letters also called into question the lighting and navigation of the ferry. Now, Pacheco and Alvarez, joined by their attorney, are responding to those statements.
Dun, dun, dun.
We could see that. We could see
Yeah, you know, Jeff was probably so coked up, like a moron.
them, and they're claiming that they couldn't see our ferry, but they could see that we were being distracted by dolphins. It's almost insulting.
Really is. The rich white guy gets away with it. I know, good.
Although Knight's attorney has said he acted lawfully and responsibly after the crash, the couple's attorney says otherwise. In the first letter, Knight's attorney stated multiple witnesses have reported that the ferry appeared inadequately illuminated, and that in the moments before the collision, the captain and many passengers were distracted by dolphins in the area. But the couple says they didn't see any dolphins.
We would have been the first to point them out because we have toddlers. And, you know, we always like to see things that are going on around us.
Got it.
And we would have liked to point out the dolphins, and we were to have seen dolphins.
On Monday, Fox 13 received a third letter that Knight's attorney wrote to the FWC, calling on the Coast Guard to investigate the ferry's use of warning horn signals ahead of the crash, saying, quote, multiple witness statements and press accounts indicate that no such horn signal was made prior to the crash. As the FWC's investigation continues, Alvarez and Pacheco want to see it come to a resolution.
It's not going to happen, no.
So their family can move forward.
We're not here to point fingers.
I'll point fingers. Fuck Jeff Knight.
We were put in a position that we shouldn't have been, that our kids shouldn't have been. So we just want to be able to heal and move on and be there for our kids.
And be there for their kids. And then there's this.
Hello and welcome to ABC Action News at 11. I'm Kyle Berger. Thanks for joining us tonight.
What a cool ass name.
Tonight marks 1 week since the tragic Clearwater ferry crash that took the life of Jose Castro and seriously injured 10 more people. As Castro's family laid him to rest this weekend, calls for justice are growing louder.
We can't let this go unnoticed. We can't let his life be just gone in an instant like that.
See, Jeff Knight, if you're listening to this is what you caused, because you're a mutant.
We need justice for him. We need justice for these girls that he's leaving behind.
I-Team reporter Kylie McGivern spoke with a retired Tampa Police Department Marine officer about why it can take time before an investigation is completed, and the state's attorney's office determines whether to file charges.
Oh, geez. This is very sketchy. To me, this is one of those cases where I think the rich and elite will protect him.
We're in Clearwater near the crash site, and with each passing day, there are more questions and concerns from the community about why Jeffrey Knight has not been charged.
Because in the Tampa Bay area, like I said yesterday, the rich and elite get protected. Mike Cowhead Calta shoving Bubba's girlfriend to the ground, protected. Mike Calta selling a sex tape, protected. And I'm not trying to use my old boss as an example, but there's other reasons and there's other times that, Nick Hogan, you get away with things if you have power in Tampa. And then Tampa's like, why does the rest of the country hate us?
He was driving the boat that crashed into the Clearwater ferry that was carrying 44 passengers at the time.
Captain Randy Lopez, the retired officer who investigated hundreds of boat crashes during his 33-year career and now owns and operates a boater safety training business, says the investigation could take 30 to 45 days.
Why? She should have had some arrests that night.
It's been 1 week. FWC is leading the investigation.
Yeah, and I used to produce crappy fishing radio shows, but I used to hear about how sketchy the FWC is. They're protecting their own.
Which he says is the best thing, to have a third party with investigators specifically assigned to this incident. What you don't want, Lopez says, is to rush an arrest if there are ultimately charges.
Arrested for something? Someone died.
And have someone
I don't like that.
Get off on a technicality.
I don't like you, Jeff. Screw you, douche.
They're meticulously going through the evidence.
And in this specific
case, they're trying to figure out where to throw the evidence away.
There is a lot of evidence to review.
They're going to look at every possible thing, and what they're going to do is they're going to come up with the very best conclusion.
The conclusion is that they're protecting their own, and they're scumbags.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whatever we're going outside of, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Happy Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Slow it down, hurricane. Aight, you ready? You rollin', yeah. You out your fucking mind. Talks like ass fuck, you finna go blind. $20 for a beer, nigga, that's too high. You say you got that iron and you got your drink cold, and you gon' stop a nigga if he try to blow your roll. Hurricane, beat it out the frame, that mode. Yeah, you pop the pill, but you look like you on crack. Hurricane, beat it out the frame, that mode. Yeah, you pop the pill, but you look like you on crack. Hurricane, beat it out the frame, that mode. Yeah, you pop the pill, but you look like you on crack.
Say you're on one, but shit, I'm on two. I'm on the cranberry, bitch, with a great goose. I'm clean.
on my level.
Hey, yo, I'm on the cranberry beds with a great blues. I'm clean from my head down to my tennis shoes. I got a couple ratchet hoes, wanna do what I do. I'm in a bed, hollering what a pill man at. I'm in a bed, hollering what a pill man at. I'm in a bed, hollering what a pill man at. I'm in a bed, hollering what a pill man at. Roll.
Oh, yeah, that's Hurricane Chris with Pillman.
Happy Hour will be right back.
This following segment has been brought to you by counselingoncall.net. If you need help with your mental health, you live in Florida or Maryland, go to counselingoncall.net and tell them I sent you. This is being brought to you by westchaseprinting.com. The best printing company in all of the Bay Area. Business cards, posters, yard signs, whatever the hell you need. Go to westchaseprinting.com and tell them I sent you. This is being brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. When I tell you he's the best MMA trainer in all the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. 2700 22nd Street North in Edson, St. Petersburg. And finally, Rich Keeley Master Barbershop at richkbarber.com. 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard in Edson, Tampa. But you can't just show up and go, hey, Rich, can I get a haircut? No, you guys sign up at richkbarber.com. But when you do, you will save $10. All right. On that little beat, here is Hammer and Hank.
Hello again. It's your favorite San Francisco DJ, Hammer and Hank. I may look normal, but the truth is, I have a condition known as autism. That's right, it's a condition, not a disease. Fact is, autism can strike anyone, regardless of who they are. People with autism normally have difficulties in verbal and non-verbal communication skills, social interactions, and leisure activities. In a recent study, people with autism are less likely to have a job and more likely to become homeless. I beat the odds by having loving friends and family, having a college education. I have even worked in the San Francisco Bay Area as an honored personality for many years. Always remember that people with autism want the same things as you, to be happy and successful. To find out more about autism, please contact your local mental health center or visit autismspeech.org. This is Hammer and Hank, and I appreciate your kindness.
Doors closing.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
It's Hoppe Hour.
Hey, what's up? It is Kevin Ralston, host of the KVJ Show, and you are listening to Hoppe Hour.
Hey, what's going on? It's Virginia from the KVJ Show at 97.9 WRMF, and you're listening to Hoppe Hour.
Hey, kids, it's Brother Weeze, and you are listening to the Hoppe Hour with my main man, Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, you're listening to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe. This is Eric Zane. I don't know these two people, but I know they're fucking assholes. Mike Calta and Rover, suck my dick for what you did to Ryan.
Welcome back to the show that is your daily dopamine hit. That being Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Ryan Hoppe on the mic. Hanging on the scenes. NBA drum. Reading out the Queens. I did it wrong.
Stories about the Queen. Knowledge bombs all in on the schemes. Hoppe swoops, man, he knows it all. From scandals to the court, rise and fall.
Oh, jeez.
Tune in, now you'll have a ball. Hoppe Hour got that shocking awe.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
What's going on with Greg Popovich? Probably the second or third greatest NBA coach ever.
Greg Popovich has stepped down as the San Antonio Spurs head coach with Mitch Johnson taking over, but he will have a new role in the Spurs front office. He'll be the new head of basketball operations, but he had a better way of describing it.
There's a lot of thank yous after 25 or 30 years. Mitch Johnson, hi. Anna, Timmy. I can never express the gratitude that I have for so many people carrying my organization and sending me thoughts, prayers, that sort of thing. Since I had the stroke, things are getting better by the day, but it's not good enough for what we plan ahead. And so it's time to make this change. They've got some young players who are going to end up being really great players. Some in Austin and many right here in San Antonio. And Mitch Johnson will be the guy that forges their futures. And I'll do everything I can.
Man, he just sounds old.
To help him and help them. I'll have a new job. And I want to make sure everybody
takes off his jacket.
Understands what the new job is.
I just says El Jefe.
I'm no longer a coach. I'm El Jefe.
Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili are there, and they're looking like, you're such a hoot. All right, so there's a lot of freaking clapping.
Aaron Gordon did it again in the playoffs, this time against the OKC Thunder in Game 1 and from three-point land. And of course, the Nuggets locker room was loving it after the game.
This was the weirdest freaking game ever. All right, so there they are freaking out in the locker room. It was very strange. Last night, I was watching the game, and whenever I tell myself I'm not going to stay up for an NBA game, those are always the games that are like the closest and like game winners. But if I stay up for a game, it's always like a 7-point win. And I was sleeping, and I saw that like the Thunder were up 10 with like 9 minutes left. And I opened my eyes right, because I had my TV on in my bedroom, right as Aaron Gordon hit that game winner, which the play is right here. And it was very strange to me because I was like seeing everybody cheer, and I'm like, wait, Denver won?
Missed it.
Chet Holmgren misses his first free throw. I keep thinking to say Chet Hanks.
Door is open.
When you have the name Chet, it's a very, you have a certain look. It's very Caucasian. Chad misses the second one.
It rims out. Brown grabs it. 7 seconds left. Westbrook, 5 seconds. They're down by 1. Courtney got it.
You can hear a pin drop in OKC because that's all they have.
Aaron Gordon with a deep shot. Williams, three-quarter court.
And they won the game. People say I resemble Jokic, so I root for him. There you go. And then here is Jokic talking about reacting to OKC fans.
The Denver Nuggets stole Game 1 versus OKC after another insane Aaron Gordon game winner. But during the game, while Nikola Jokic was at the free throw line, the fans were chanting free throw merchant, and this was what Jokic had to say about it.
Joker kind of building off that, they were chanting free throw merchant at you. I'm curious what you thought of that, and how much do you rely on your experiences in Serbia? I've heard you say crowds here don't bother you.
To be honest, I didn't hear that, but that's kind of funny.
But then how much do you rely on your experiences in Serbia when you're dealing with crowds like this, or how much does that help you?
I mean, to be honest, even playing like I play in Serbia, I played even in like small gyms where it's like literally 30 people and you can hear everything what they're saying to you.
Yeah, I can imagine it's annoying.
So sometimes I think that's the worst because you can see the guy who is telling you. And I play in front of a lot of people. I play even for national team. I play in front of other countries. So it's definitely an experience that I don't get. I'm gonna say I don't get distracted.
Yeah.
Let's say like that.
Joker, you've called Aaron one of your 5 favorite teammates in your career before.
I said the best.
You said the best?
Yeah.
5 of your best
That
teammates.
was like making top five of my career life, whatever his name.
Man, he is like really passive aggressive with the media. It's like, come on, man.
Sure. And now, since that comment, you've seen him hit 2 game winners in the playoffs. Is it awesome seeing that moment for what others have called the soul of the team?
Yes, I mean, he had big free throws before that, so he made both of them.
He has a really good memory about the games, that being Joker.
He had the big box out on the Caruso, I think. Was it Caruso?
All right, so there's 856-49 Hoppy. This headline is very strange. We're out of NBA Hoppy Tubes.
Happy Hot Topic!
This morning, a frightening scene at the home of Hollywood royalty.
The gate is possibly bent when we come around.
Police swarming actress Jennifer Aniston's home.
First of all, that was ass-kissing by calling her royalty. And second of all, the interesting part is the fact that I feel like we're starting to realize where celebrities are living, and it's not good.
After a man reportedly crashed through her front gate.
And I am not moving.
The Friends actress was home when the suspect was stopped by private security at the gate and held until police arrived.
The suspect, the male white, is on the ground out of the vehicle. The suspect that drove the vehicle through the front gate.
Authorities say this was no accident, charging the man with felony vandalism.
Loser.
This is a perfect example where you cannot take anything for granted. It could be a quiet Monday afternoon or a quiet Monday night. Everything's fine. And in a split second, everything can turn from good to really, really bad.
All right, so there's what's going on with Katy Perry?
Katy Perry is reacting to fake photos of herself at the 2025 Met Gala.
I bet the fake pictures look better than the real you. And by the way, there's this interesting thing with the Met Gala. I hate the Met Gala. I hate the Academy Awards, Golden Globes, Emmys. Why do I hate it? Grammys. Because that's all the media talks about the next day. It's like, oh my God, they were posing wild. Whatever.
The fireworks singer is reacting to AI-generated
I like the song Dark Horse better.
Images of her making their way online for the second year in a row. Katy captions her May 6th Instagram carousel, which includes the doctored images as well as a few social media posts about the photos. Couldn't make it to the Met. I'm on the Lifetimes tour. See you in Houston tomorrow.
We'll be sure not to be there.
IRL.
Whatever.
While referring to last year's instance of even her mom falling for AI-generated photos, she adds, P.S. This year I was actually with my mom, so she's safe from the bots, but
all right. I bet your mom has a lot of stories.
I'm praying for the rest of y'all. Fans online were once again tricked into thinking the Roar singer had made her way to the May 5th event after photos of her sporting a form-fitting black latex dress.
Doesn't even look real. People are stupid.
And asymmetrical pinstripe blazer appeared online.
All right, so there's that. All right, let me see here.
Miley Cyrus has a run-in with the Negs at the 2025 Met Gala.
She's got such a long body count, it could be anybody.
After making her way up the blue steps at fashion's biggest night, the Hannah Montana alum can be seen taking photos from inside of the venue, and it looks like she caught the eye of her ex and the White Lotus star, Patrick Schwarzenegger, who seemed
so weird. I just think about him banging his brother on a TV show
to gaze in her direction while walking by. And while the duo did not appear to speak as they crossed paths,
yeah, you usually don't talk to exes.
This encounter comes 10 years after they ended their brief relationship in 2015, which came as Miley was on a hiatus with her.
That was when she had that hair that was like a guy's hair.
Her then on-again, off-again relationship with Liam Hemsworth.
You mean the relationship where she cheated on him with Caitlyn Carter? Never forget. I saw this headline.
Happy Hot Topic!
We're going to begin pop news this morning with
the Met Gala. Earlier in the show, Deb brought us all of the looks from fashion's biggest...
Whatever, I don't care. It's annoying to hear. Rihanna's pregnant. You know, ASAP Rocky, they went to work because they probably didn't want to have a kid if he was going to be in jail for 27 years. But, you know, the moment he found out he was out, he's like, let's have sex. Bethany Frankel says she was drowning in her mansion in New York and then she moved to Florida. Ugh. You know she's going to bring that New York attitude. There's two types of New Yorkers. Ones that moved before COVID and after. The ones before fit in, they're fine. These new ones that are off the boat, it's like all they want to do is make Florida New York City. And it's like, guess what? If that city is so great, go back.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Happy Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
We got the remedy, we got the control, we got them getting down on the floor. I freestyle this one right here, man. C-H-I, got a new sound, making all the get down. Pay the click, man, make your chain swing. Pimps and the players gon' do the damn thing. Coming in the club, taking over streets, taking over, man, with the broke out beats. Got them on charge, got them on lock. Everywhere we go, guaranteed to blow the spot. Message just to them haters, trying to play them gators. Bullets gon' blaze you, nothing is gonna save you. Bets on the streets, bets on the beats. If you wanna bounce, best bet, report to me. My city shot town, where I put it down. Ain't no limit, dropping beats by the pound. I balls out a lot, cause you know I call it shots. Stacking paper like them baking sodas in the pot. We got the remedy, we got the control, we got them getting down on the floor. We getting whatever it is, hey good, hey shout it, let me see you get loose. We getting let's go. Poppin' Patron with a mean lean. When I'm tilted and representing my home team. Super ugly with a stack of money, it's a Gator King. By the bar, Mr. Pimpin', it's a Gator thing. Tell them how we do it, Joe. Gator ones, rims, spinning. And I ain't even driving, I'm just parking lot pimpin'. Slide off in the club, feeling managed in the 50s. So fresh, so clean, with a swagger in my lip. And what it is, what it do. Come on, shout it, let me see you get loose. If you bout it, you can get some great goo. In VIP, I'm putting my hands on you. We got the remedy, we got the control, we got them getting down on the floor. Whatever it is, hey good, hey shout it, let me see you get loose. We getting
Don't put no chasers in my drink. I want 2 high niggas pimp. Yeah. Smoke drink, smoke drink. Smoke drink, smoke drink. People say been all on the earth. I don't even care. Speech all slurred. Nothing in my cup. Shit is all girl. Y'all hiding the motherfucker making up words. Looking like men. I like them light skin. 2 at a time. I'm 20, twin. Patron and Grey Goose. Tanqueray and Seagram's gin. Stay together in my glass like they all best friends. I can't walk. I can't talk. Joking from the day to the dark. Teeth off a square, but my goons on P. It's drinks on you, all eyes on me. And niggas with me drinking dog. Henny mixed with Remy Ma. Party going all night. When we kick it hard. Niggas but they smoke out. They be getting choked out. Mix it with some liquor, nigga. We be getting droked out.
We be getting coked out, coked out, coked out. We be getting coked out, coked out, coked out. We be getting coked out, coked out, coked out. We be getting coked out.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. Let's go through all the sponsors right now. I never get freaking podcasts that begin their show with like 7 live reads or sponsors. I'm like, who's listening to that? If I were that sponsor, I'd be pissed off. Well, what do I know? A lot. This following segment has been brought to you by Cheeky Mouth Guards at getcheeky.com. When I tell you it's the best way to quit biting on the side of your mouth, I'm a man of my words. Getcheeky.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 30%. Shimmerwood CBD drinks at shimmerwood.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 30%. GetGoodFeels.com for good vibes THC drinks. Go to GetGoodFeels.com and use promo code HOPPY to save 20%. OldGlory.com for the best t-shirts around. Use promo code HOPPY to save 15%. Garden State Distillery Dirty Vodka. GardenStateDistillery.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 15%. Aspire Green Tea Drinks at AspireDrinks.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. Afura Coffee. AFUERA Coffee.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. FSDrinks.com. For the best boba around, use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. Oh, you're looking for the best beef jerky? BigForkBrands.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. And finally, are you looking for a good energy bar? QuantumSquares.com. Use promo code HOPPE to save 20%. All of these are on my website, RyanHoppyRadio.com, RyanHoppe Radio.com. I would hope you know how to spell radio. Or it's in my podcast section. So whenever you listen to Happy Hour like you are right now, in the podcast description is all of that. We're going to come back on Happy Hour. Keep this party going and going. But let's hear from Hammer and Hank, which you can hear the Hammer and Hank Show with Henry Oakes and Ryan Hoppe on Spotify by searching up Hammerin, HAMMERIN Hank Show, and check it out on his podcast feed.
People with autism are often treated like they are different. Believe me, we are. Hi, this is Henry Oakes, but my buddies may have known me as Hammer and Hank. I was labeled as slow when I started school. Come to find out at the age of 12, the doctors decided I was autistic. Now at the age of 48, I have completed an associate degree in radio broadcasting and worked in the San Francisco Bay Area as an on-air personality. So yes, I am different. People with autism have no needs, no different than you. Laugh, love, and learn to get an education and join the workforce. I did it, and so can anyone else with autism. So when you meet someone with autism, don't feel sorry for them. Work with them. Find out for yourself that autism isn't a disease, it's a condition. To find out more about autism, please visit autismspeaks.org. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen.
Doors closing.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppy in the morning.
It's Happy Hour!
Chaparral, and you're listening to Hoppy Hour with my boy Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Frank Kramer from the Heidi and Frank Show on 95.5 KLOS in Los Angeles, and you are listening to Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe. You see what he did there? Hoppy Hour. I love that guy.
Hey, it's MJ from the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM Tampa Bay, and you're listening to the Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
There is no nepotism here. Welcome back to Hoppy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppy Hour. Hoppy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Hoppy Hour.
Oh, sure.
Time to laugh with Ryan's power.
I got it.
Be fun and silly jokes. Hoppy Hour loves its phone. Hoppy Hour.
I got it.
Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he's the talker.
Whatever.
Grab your drinks and join the crew. Crazy stories just for you.
Oh, sure.
Ryan's here to make you grin. Let the Hoppy fun begin. Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
856-49 Hobby. It's 856-494-6773.
Popcorn got your drink.
You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com.
Happy Hot Topic.
Welcome to TMZ Live. Harvey Levin here. Charles here. So the day has come. Diddy is now officially on trial for crimes that could put him away for the rest of his life if he's convicted. And I got to say, before we get into the strategy of picking a jury, which is what they're going to be doing this week, underway right now. The way he appeared itself is really interesting. Is also part of strategy.
They have this freaking sketch that barely looks like him, dude. It's so freaking weird how, like, you'll get, like, Casey Anthony or any of those cases, George Zimmerman, you get cameras in the room. But any of these federal cases, Trump, Ghislaine Maxwell, you got Epstein, you got Diddy. We get a sketch drawing. It's not even a good one.
No doubt. That is Diddy on the right there in a black sweater with a white... It looks like a button-up shirt underneath it.
No, it does. It looks like a terrible drawing that, like, I can't really say my cousin anymore because he's 18, but wow, that's crazy. I was thinking he was 7.
And his hair, extremely white. At first I thought there was a different sketch where I thought, oh, maybe it's just a little, salt and pepper. Yeah. No, his hair is considerably grayed. And interesting that they did not opt to dye that before he came into court.
I think it makes him look like, I've been under so much stress.
I think that makes total sense for the defense. You know, this is complicated for the defense because at its core, they are going to acknowledge that Diddy led this kind of swinger lifestyle, but they're saying it was not criminal.
Yeah, what about, like, him beating up, Cassie? I know that's not part of swinging, but he's a scumbag.
So then... you may think, it's irrelevant how people dress. It is not irrelevant. And we've talked about this, that, for example, what the Menendez brothers did in that first trial, that did not get them convicted. It was a hung jury, wearing those sweaters, where you try and make the jury think, how can I juxtapose what they did against what I'm seeing? Yeah. Right. And that's a way that really resonates with jurors.
All right, so there's that. What's going on with Diddy's sex tape?
And in a weird sort of way, the defense, at least, I think, would want jurors who believe that there will be evidence about minors, there will be celebrity sex tapes, because... So here's my question. How do you get that out of a potential juror as they're you find out what now? Yeah, what the judge is asking. What do you know about the case? Because everybody's heard something. I mean, all these jurors, you can't find anybody in New York. So if the potential juror answers, well, I've heard that he may have done this, he may have done this, and they're mentioning things that are in the civil lawsuits for the defense, you want that person because once the trial starts, they're not going to hear any of that evidence. It disappoints. Because it has nothing, so they're just...
and that it may read to them like, the prosecution doesn't have as much as I thought.
As much.
All right, so there's that. I'm a little tired today. I don't feel like being here all day.
In this trial.
What's going on with Sydney Sweeney?
Okay, we're going to move on.
Yes, going out to the desert where Sydney...
It ain't a desert down under.
Sweeney's every move around other male celebrities is being watched like a hawk. I mean, well, here's the evidence. This weekend, look where she was hanging out at
with a bunch of guys.
There's a new, I think it's a pool that opened at one of the Vegas hotels, but hanging with MGK and Patrick Schwarzenegger. Big hug for MGK.
Oh, it's freaking cute. I wonder if he banged her.
Now, I don't remember what...
They worked together.
They worked on
they did work together in film.
A few years
when he said together, I thought they like hooked up. I was like, good for MGK.
Ago. So they know each other, but it was a very...
Sydney Sweeney, like when there's a camera around her, she knows that Jonathan Davino's watching this footage. So she's like, let me rub it in your face.
Friendly greeting. And of course,
everybody's thinking, oh, did MGK... Boy, I'll tell you.
If he moved on
he moves from Megan Fox to Sydney Sweeney...
It's a badass move there.
Sorry, Pete Davidson. Sorry.
His good buddy.
Game over.
Yes, that might move him ahead. But
whatever.
Whether or not this was just friendly, it kind of seems so. Right?
Sydney is living her best life. I wasn't a huge fan before this, but now just the way she's handling.
I love how it's a fat guy in the newsroom saying he wasn't a fan of her. It's not because of the weight. It's because you can't take care of yourself and you're judging a beautiful, successful actress.
Might move him ahead. But whether or not this was just friendly, it kind of seems so. Right?
Sydney is living her best life. I wasn't a huge fan before this.
I wasn't a fan, but I play World of Warcraft every night.
But now just the way she's handling her post-breakup life, it's everything I want to be. She's out with Patrick Schwarzenegger. She's out with Glenn Powell. She's out with the Walmart version of Glenn Powell.
All right. What are you? The Walmart version of Glenn Powell. This fat guy telling us, man. I got it. It's freaking great. And again, I'm not weight shaming because I used to be fat, but you can't seriously not take care of yourself and then be like, I'm going to judge the appearance of women. Go to today's episode of TMZ on TV to see that. Michelle Obama says she's in therapy.
I think we need to be coached throughout our lives. And I think therapy is a form of coaching where somebody...
she's never the problem. Oh, and of course she's on Jay Shetty's podcast. There is something about that guy that seems
objective can come in and say, have you thought about this way? You're entering a new phase of life. How are you thinking about it? Having somebody that has
it's good. She's like a female Obama, the way she talks.
Skill set to help you shape a paradigm. I fully believe in that. I believe in couples therapy. I believe in it all. Whatever works for you.
Do you believe in maybe putting out?
And at this, phase of my life, I'm in therapy right now because I'm transitioning.
What to what? Don't say that when you got the MAGA people calling you Mike.
I'm 60 years old.
You look good for 60.
I finished a really hard thing in my life with my family intact.
Wow. Throwing shots at the family.
I'm an empty nester. My girls are in, they've been launched.
Yeah.
And now for the first time, as I've said before, every choice that I'm making is completely mine. I now don't have the excuse of, well, my kids need this or my husband needs that or the
Yeah, she spent probably 12 years catering to Obama.
Country needs that. So how do I think about this next phase? And
she's having an end of life crisis.
And let me get some help. Let me unwind some old habits. Let me sort through some old guilt.
All right. She seems like a self-sabotager. How do I know? Because I'm one.
That I've been carrying around. Let me talk about how my relationship with my mother has affected how I think about things.
Yeah, so it all goes back to your mommy issues. I definitely have raging daddy issues. One of my biggest faults in my career was I sought the approval of men. Mm-hmm. If a guy like Rower, Mike Calda, or any of my bosses ever told me I did a good job, I got this weird feeling of daddy issues. Speaking of someone with daddy issues, we got news about Kayla Nicole. The headline says, "Stop calling me Travis Kelce's ex. It's been years." Oh, Kayla. It is absolutely, positively ridiculous how much of a loser you are. Now, I don't want any feminist coming at me saying it's because she's a woman. No. She says, "Stop calling me Travis Kelce's ex." But then you make a 2-minute video talking about being his ex. You said, "Stop calling me Travis Kelce's ex," but you have made it awkward whenever you've had to talk about sports on that show you're on with Brandon Marshall. And when he comes up, you walk over your words. You also have talked about him on the Angel Reese podcast. So you will forever be known as that because that's all you have.
I think initially, I'm new to the landscape of being a public figure.
That's a good way to put it. I'm glad you didn't say celebrity because you're not.
I don't consider myself to be a celebrity, but a public figure, absolutely.
The first humble bone in your body.
So I think I could have used a little PR training and learning how to navigate the space with the media because
she didn't do a good job.
Was going into interviews thinking a little naively like, they just want to hear my story. They want to know about tribe therapy.
No one cares.
They want to know about my wellness journey.
Fake laughter. It's not funny. Stop fake laughing. It's because you don't know how to interview, podcaster.
You sit down and you do an hour-long interview with someone and the headline is maybe a one sentence that you said of like, I was heartbroken and devastated because I went through a breakup. And that's the headline. Like,
yeah, it's what happens when you keep talking about it. I've gone through a bad breakup and I wish my ex the best, but I never talked about it. She's talked about me and that's great, but I've never talked about it because I moved on. You got to move on at some point.
So-and-so's ex is devastated still and she's sad and she's depressed. It's like, damn, girl, did you listen to anything else?
You did say on Angel Reese's podcast that you never paid any bills. You did say that in some ways that you were with him for clout, but hey, rewrite the past. Whatever, honey.
Literally. That's
she
crazy.
barely was able to do this interview.
Wow, that's annoying cackling, huh?
I am confused.
What is this, the podcast view?
But I think too, like you said, I am human and I take it with a grain of salt now. One day they're going to have to stop calling me somebody's ex.
Okay, then start now. Talk about the next thing you're doing. Oh, wait, that's right. You don't really have a next thing. You have nothing without Travis. Does that drive you nuts? Does that drive you crazy that without him, you're nothing? I mean, I'm being serious. What else do you have?
I don't know if that means I have to date someone else publicly. I don't know what it's going to take.
Yeah, there she is, admitting she needs to date someone.
That's so good. That's
Shut up, librarian woman.
Like,
good.
I eventually they're going to have to just let it go.
All right. We'll let it go when you let it go.
They're gonna have to. Until then, I'm gonna ride this off into the sunset.
Yeah, you're gonna keep riding it because you're not riding him anymore.
I can't control it. That's the thing too. It's like
you can't control it, but when you keep talking about it, you give it more light, dummy.
Like releasing control of people that I have no control over.
All right, there you go.
The media is going to do what the media does, which is clickbait, which is
you're doing clickbait
headlines.
Right now. If you would have just done this interview, no one would have said, "Oh my God, did you hear Kayla Nicole went on the Librarian podcast?" But when you use Travis's name, you get the front page of TMZ because that's what you want. Because you're a cloud chaser. You never really loved him. You don't have any love in your heart.
Which is make big block letter storylines that have nothing to do with who I am as a person. And it's really just not my job to.
So do I?
That's about it. I also think too, to your point, like people will always say like, get over it, which is
good point.
So interesting. And to them, I say, you too.
All right. Oh, wow.
Ooh. Yes.
Honestly, I've been doing this podcast 13 years, have 500,000 downloads, whatever. But the fact that these calculating morons can have a podcast, I don't even want to do podcasts anymore. If I'm in the same boat as you, honey.
Yes. I want you all to report on me and the things that I'm doing and not have any correlation or connection to someone in the past.
All right, if that's the case, then never talk about him again. But you'll keep doing it because you're nothing without him. Just being honest.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
To bring joy to my city. Niggas out here broke, got the nerve to be picky. Get my man some bread, cause I hate to see him shitty. Or back to selling dope just to make a pretty penny. Keeping it 100 with niggas, they keep it 50. Chicago beef with everybody acting like we 50. I told my bitch you fucking with the greatest and you see me. The realest of the realest and the realest in my city. 7-year-old babies getting killed for no reason. Niggas striking cars, zeroing all they peoples. Real niggas get blessed and share with they niggas. Real niggas fuck bitches, pair to they niggas. Man, these hoes for everybody breaking down the swisher. Put the loud in right around to some music. Only took a break cause I gotta get to it. But coming from you would probably lose it. 2 little boys got killed when they was hooping. All cause some broke niggas beef and started shooting. Guns got abusive and these niggas they abuse it. And the sad part about it, it didn't even make the news. I'm trying to get through it, so I'm watching all my movements, checking bags like Nike, so I tell them just do it. Tell my niggas they my brothers and I treat them like my brothers. Cause my brothers is my niggas, so we equal as each other. Life is but a dream till you wake up with your mother. Smoking Mary J, give you no more drama. Still you won't come, cooking up a master plan. Gon' put it in action, motherfucker, take a stand. Obama from the murder capital and he the man. I'm in my own lane trying to see where I fit in. Take a chance when a man's on the cash advance, so we out here every day trying to chase these bands. Making all this money you would never understand. So go ahead and judge me, I still get to it. And niggas say they winning, but I know they really losing. 12 months later, still riding in that Buick. And if that slow grinding, I'ma be fair paced. Coming like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Looking in the mirror, only a nigga don't see fake. Looking in the mirror, only a nigga that relate. Coming like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Coming like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Looking in the mirror, only a nigga that relate. Looking in the mirror, only nigga that relate.
They wanna know who the hottest in the city, who the problem, because of all the drama in the city with them goblins. Posted with them 30s and them 40s, all my niggas under 20, but I got 150. Always in the streets if a nigga wanna get me. Dolo in your city, but I started off with Bibby. Holes in my dick when I pull up and they hit me. I ain't worried about any, cause I'm all he gotta send me. Dropped out of school cause I knew I wouldn't be shit. NASDAQ beds if you want me on the remix. Game finna be rich, still can't believe. And it still a get fat down if you wanna T-shit. Always need cash, I ain't never on no free shit. My niggas in the streets selling drugs so they sleeping. Posted on the block, almost on top. I could be up on tour making dubs every weekend. You locked up and you ain't got a lawyer while you speaking. Hating ass nigga and you broke while you breathing. Every time you see me, you know I was a demon. You better not look crazy, you know my niggas fiending. All my niggas shooting, 150 dream teaming. Out in my shows, got them ninas with the beans in. We the pistol gang and they changed by the season. No limit MB4L, bitch, I mean it, huh?
Like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Coming like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Looking in the mirror, only a nigga that relate. Looking in the mirror, only a nigga that relate.
This summer I'ma catch just 5 homicide. Just cause you rapping doesn't mean that he gonna ride. Slap them doors open on the vein, let 100 ride. All them face shots need dental to identify. Louis Tony ETC, bitch, I been that guy. Stay high ET, I live in the sky. Yo bitch on me say she tryna get my dick a try. Taking trips with my roadies and my wrists on rollie. On talk to the police, no talk. Out west at the feed, and they put everything on shorty. Made man, make D touch me, you die. No worries. Lying ass niggas always telling stories. Bitches wanna kick it, tryna be another story. No, a couple broke bitches that done been no more. No, a couple real niggas that can fix that jewelry. I'ma flex that foreign, let me get that jewelry. I be smoking heavy round, probably need another water. Supers let me in the club, cause you know I change the weather. I don't care where we at, make us ass today, wherever. Get up on the white set, smoke them like a cigarette. You can catch us in traffic with heavy metal, everywhere we travel. Pop out.
Coming like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Better know it. Coming like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Better know it. Looking in the mirror, only nigga that relate.
Looking in the mirror, only nigga that relate.
This shit only for the real, middle finger to the fake. All I do is show love, all you do is just hate. Nigga, I've been self-made ever since 12th grade, and I'm about to blow up like the fucking World Trade. Goddamn. Don't you hate when a nigga fake? Hell yeah, I'm already knowing most niggas snakes. Better smile in your face, lie to your face. Still ain't really shit to them, cause they do it every day. Haters, they be coming in all sizes and shapes. Disguising they face, fake trying to embrace. But I ain't with that, so I just fall back like, nah, my nigga, I'm good, I'm straight. Real talk though, hate is a bitch nigga trait. So if you a real nigga, then I know you can relate. Looking in the mirror, only nigga that relate. So I'm coming in great, cause I know these niggas hate.
Coming like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Coming like I'm great, cause I know these niggas hate. Looking in the mirror, only nigga that relate. Looking in the mirror, only nigga that relate.
Oh, yeah. That was Reeb with Lil Herb, King Louie with Chicago Connection.
Today on TMZ.
Okay, the Diddy trial actually starts today. So Diddy was in court, and as we expected, he's not in any prison attire. He's wearing a sort of nice sweater, a collar.
How can you even know that? They have the freaking drawings. Doesn't even look real.
Shirt underneath, and his hair's
He could be naked for all we know.
completely gray.
Oh, wow.
You want that?
Absolutely.
I mean, the defense wants that.
Why?
Because you want to make him almost look infirmed.
You want to make him look like Professor Diddy.
Like he looks harmless.
It makes him look harmless.
Old man doesn't freak up that high.
Lady Gaga found out about the plot to bomb her concert this same way everybody else did, in the news the next day.
Serious?
Yeah. So Lady Gaga,
It sounds like she's a little out of touch.
of course, had her show in Rio de Janeiro. 2 million fans showed up for this concert. It was huge.
What?
Officials in Brazil found out there was a plot to bomb the show. They said they didn't want to tell Gaga, so they didn't create a mass panic.
You know, she would have a huge ego.
That's a lot of pressure on her. That's 2 million people whose safety you're kind of responsible for.
And especially somebody like her who really loves her fans.
Chaperone would be like,
So David Beckham turned 50 years old.
Wow, that makes me feel old.
He had like a huge birthday. Well, remember Brooklyn and his younger brother Romeo, they've been like beefing hard all
Yeah, it's a little weird.
because the girl that Romeo is dating, she had some kind of something with Brooklyn back in the day. He's not in any of the photos.
So wait.
Yeah, he burned a bridge.
So they're Eskimo brothers.
Yes.
and actual brothers.
And actual brothers.
They're actual brothers.
It's a rare double.
All right, there's that. And finally, I'm telling you, there is nobody who is less self-aware than Draymond Green. Draymond Green said about Dylan Brooks, "You a sucker. Nobody on the court respects you." And this is a case of somebody projecting, somebody with narcissistic personality disorder and probably borderline personality disorder. When they see something that they can critique in other people's, and when they see something they can critique in other people that they're doing as well, they do this thing where they then get mad. And here is Draymond.
Ran off the court. So when I say you see what guys is made of,
yeah,
he ran off the court. Like, ain't shake nobody up.
He's talking about Dylan Brooks after the Rockets lost in Game 7. I swear, Draymond might be the most unself-aware person ever. Nothing likable about him. You're the reason Klay Thompson left, Kevin Durant, Jordan Poole. You're a moron.
And you admitted that you was trying to hurt Steph Hand, which again, fine by me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, fine by me. I hurt everybody. I'm a flopping little bitch. And I have Baron Davis on this podcast that's afraid to say anything in the contrary.
if you're gonna be on that type of time,
He got to
wear
be on
shades
that time.
in the press
He got to be on
conference.
that time
Shut up, Baron. What are you at?
all the time.
You're gonna be talking.
What was that? What are you saying?
You're gonna
You gotta
be
be on that
Mr.
time
Big
all the
Bad
time.
Wolf. Don't lose and then not face the music.
Sounds like you, Draymond. You're literally talking about yourself. It would be like if I saw someone and I'm like, if I saw someone who was 6'9" and uncoordinated, I'm like, that person's 6'9" and uncoordinated and bad at basketball. And they'd be like, you're talking about yourself as well, Ryan. You're talking about similarities you have in someone else. You just might be a better player than Dylan.
Don't be that guy, because again, you lose a lot of respect for guys in that moment.
Right. Trust me, no one respects you, bud.
But that's who Dylan Brooks is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's Baron Davis. Yeah. What are you saying?
Yeah. And we understand, like, you a sucker, man.
Yeah, you are a sucker.
Don't be like that, because you lose respect. When guys lose respect for you in this league, like, it don't matter, and it's gonna catch you in the end. You know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like Dylan Brooks.
He always loves saying that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we heard you, dummy.
Couldn't come through in this series, in large part because nobody on the court respects you.
Yeah, that's funny. You could literally replace the word Dylan Brooks with Draymond Green, and everything he just said is about himself as well.
TikTok, clocks at Juke playing cruel pranks. Hoppy's hour.
Freaking mutant.
Robbery and banks. Ryan Hoppy on the mic, dropping wisdom in streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. But the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppy like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing Hoppy like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Every night like clockwork to a show. Now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Riot Hoppy held the mic with humor so divine. The void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speakers, silent time but coming to an end. Like a roller coaster stopping round the river bend. Is our daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilted rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
RyanHoppyRadio.com. And like that, he's gone.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Happy hour is now over. Happy hour is now over. Game over. This concludes our broadcast day. Good night and God bless America.
Doors closing.
Oh, yeah. If you have been listening for 1 hour and 35 minutes, hi, this is the Hoppy Hour Easter egg, where we air a best of Ryan Hoppy clip. Now, for everybody that knows, I worked for Mike Calta from 2015 to 2022, and I get recognized in the public all the time. People say, hey, why'd you leave the Calta show? And I never really know what to say because I don't want to talk trash about their hero, a backstabber. So I said to myself, hey, you know what? I want to include this clip. And this is from last year. I interviewed Drew Lane from the legendary Drew and Mike show up in Detroit. I interviewed Drew Lane, and he asked me why I left 102.5 The Bone and the Mike Calta show. And I gave my first and pretty much ever time I addressed it on Happy Hour.
Now, hey, by the way, I wanted to ask you, because I know you worked on The Bone for a while. Does Calta, does he have comedians in all the time and porn stars? Are those two big things for his show?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
like every week?
Comics every week. Ever since the Me Too movement, he hasn't done the porn star thing as much. When I was there in 2015, 2016, and 2017, I was there for 7 years. But the first 3 years, they had porn girls in all the time. And now it's kind of a little more, I don't want to say family friendly, but they definitely cleaned up after 2017-ish.
Yeah, and they probably had to. They probably had no choice.
I mean, Drew.
So let me ask you: if you took like 10 comedians on the Calta show, how many out of 10 would you say would be doubles or home runs?
He would get the comics from Side Splitters, the local comedy club. So most of them were pretty funny. I mean, he has a good ear for knowing like which comic is good. He'll say on air, I don't want to have this comic on or whatever. But the moments that are great for him is when he has like Jim Norton on and Rich Voss. A lot of the guys from the Opie and Anthony universe, because he's a fan of Opie and Anthony, so he sort of knows how to work with them. And also he's had guys like Shane Gillis on maybe like 3-4 years ago, right when Shane was sort of canceled and wasn't cool. And those are the moments that are good.
Wow, that was great. I mean, to have Shane Gillis on, he's fantastically funny. And that's important. I mean, if he's got an ear for comedy like that. And I felt that I did, but maybe I was just a little too picky about, and I just couldn't stand it when it went flat. So that's why I asked. But I mean, Mike Calta's done very well, so I'm not surprised to hear that. And I heard you talking about when you left Calta's show that he was very unhappy about it.
I mean, it was one of the weirdest moments of my life. I don't know if you want to hear about it. I can break it down for you. I've told everybody about it. It's pretty much.
Yeah, I just, the reason I asked is because looking at radio right now, if I had a guy in my show who was your age, because how old are you, Ryan?
I just turned 30 6 months ago.
Yeah, so you were like 28 at the time or so, and somebody thought they could better themselves by leaving radio, which is very much a sinking ship, and the opportunities are really not that great. I would be so happy for someone if they could improve their situation by leaving. It sounded like you were working a lot of hours and not making a ton of money, so I was kind of surprised that he would be pissed.
It's honestly, it's sort of a breakup in a way. It was sort of a divorce. Pretty much what happened, I'll keep it short, but May 2022, he was like, I'm going to 98 Rock, I'm going to iHeart, I'm leaving the Bone. And we're talking on the phone, and he's like, I don't know if I can bring you aboard. He's like, if I need a board up over at iHeartMedia, you know, I'll have you get hired. If you need to go somewhere else to make money, that's cool. So here's Tommy Chuck's info, who is the head of iHeartMedia. So I was emailing Tommy Chuck all summer because I'll never forget it. June 3rd, 2022, John Brennan, the program director, who was Calta's old producer and pretty much got the job because of that. I'll just say it now. He busts in so Calta did this thing called the after show where he would play the best of segments from 6 to 10, but he was allowing me to sort of hijack it with Happy Hour. And it was getting talked about. People were like, what is this show? Because people weren't used to it. I mean, MJ came up to me when I worked at Beasley, and MJ said, I remember when you would hijack his after show. And I did about 30 episodes. They're all on YouTube. It's all on my Ryan Hoppe Radio YouTube page. Everything I've ever done. And pretty much John Brennan busts in while I'm talking on air and pretty much says, get in my office after the show. And he goes, oh yeah, you have a speech impediment. You're never going to make it in radio. I want you to just play clips. He essentially said that in a very corporate way. So I said, fuck this. So then I did about 3 more times. I snuck on air on the weekend, but never again on Calta's after show. And I'm like, fuck this. I've been here 7 years. I've done everything for you guys, did boxing matches for free, all this shit. So then iHeartMedia is like, do you want to go work with this guy named Ian Beckles, who I knew from The Bone, who played football for the Bucks and did a show. And I left. And I go to call Calta like July 31st, August 1st. I just remember dates well. And it's 2 rings to the voicemail. And then he blocks me on all social media, even though he told me that I could go somewhere else to make more money if The Bone couldn't provide it or wherever he was going to go. And then he does like it literally became how Bubba treated Cowhead for 10 years. It's literally what it's become here. Like he still talks about me, and it's like, bro, like you blocked me. And then I saw recently he unblocked me on social. So I'm like, you're obviously creeping on my profile, bro. Like, I'm not a dummy. It's just, the whole thing's annoying, bro. Here's what's most annoying about it, is I'll be at like a bar. I say this to any girl I go on a date with. I describe it as, if I'm in a room with 10 people that listen to the radio that are 25 to 54, one of them at least knows who I am. So if I go to a dive bar in downtown St. Pete, or if I go to a rock and roll concert, some redneck's going to know who I am and go, Hoppe, why'd you leave The Bone? Did you hear what Calta said about you? And it's very off-putting, Drew. Like, it's awesome. It's amazing getting recognized out and about. It's very flattering, especially when I'm on a date. It's a great look. But at the same time, sometimes it's a very dark energy, because you know how radio listeners are. Anybody can turn on the radio and be a listener, you know, especially when it's free radio and it's here in Florida. So you got all the bad shit crazy people. So you got to imagine me. I'm 6'9". I have a limp. It's very easy to recognize me. So I don't ever want to leave Tampa Bay. But there were times in the last year that I was like, fuck this. But I'm glad I didn't.
Well, the fact that when he left and he said, you know, oh, I hope you get a job. If I left and was taking the team with me, I would have that all set up, or you would want to have it all set up. You have to take care of your people. So but at that point, it seems to me he's kind of saying you're on your own anyway.
Well, yeah.
He's not guaranteeing your job.
Not just,
and then to act like you're a fucking slave or something. And did he talk trash about you on you after you?
He talked trash about me. I believe he had my ex-girlfriend on air. All this shit, bro. It was nauseating.
What?
It was literal. Or he did a Facebook post where he got my ex-girlfriend to talk about her side of our breakup, because I met her through the radio show. So she claimed to like own me, and I never responded to it. I wish her nothing but the best. Like, I'm not doing Jerry Springer radio. Like, I truly wish my ex nothing but the best, and it's nauseating. That was the most fucked up thing that probably happened in this decade, was when the 2 people I had the most trust for, my ex-girlfriend and Mike Calta, when they collaborated. That was quite possibly the most infuriating thing to happen this decade. And now whenever I'm on a date, and this is not me bragging, you know, when like a dude brags and they go, oh yeah, I go on dates and I get girls, and you're like, shut the fuck up. But I'll say this, whenever I'm on a date with a beautiful girl, I make sure that they're not a listener of the radio, because my last 2 girlfriends were listeners, and that shit, man, they'll love you when it's popular to love you, but they go with what the host says. It's quite funny what happens when you're no longer a part of a show. You really see who your friends are. And I've said that a lot recently. There's a lot of crickets when it comes to people I used to hear from. Hey, yo, can I get into that Calta event? I'll buy you drinks and allegedly give you some weed, or I'll hook up with you. I'm a beautiful girl. But when you leave the show, all of a sudden it's like you don't hear anything. You know, it's quite funny. This is like me venting to you. The first 30 minutes was me talking about your life, and now I feel like you're like my shrink.
No, I'm fascinated. I can tell you're a huge radio fan, and I'm a huge radio fan first, before I was ever on radio, and I'm still fascinated by radio. I love listening to new shows all the time, and I saw the list of all the shows you liked, and I was like, oh, what are these? Some of these shows I don't even know. I got to check them out. And I checked out your Instagram. And when you say people are no longer your friends, are you talking about the people that worked underneath Calta?
Yeah, because I used to hang out with them at bars. And they like all blocked me, and just not just people on his show, but like a lot of listeners that would invite me to a party and invite me here. And then it would be a picture and it'd be like, oh my God, Hoppe from the Mike Kelta show is here. And then I leave and then it's like, there's no more invites, which doesn't bother me because I'm very much more busy now that I have a day job in radio. I keep it very private because it's kind of conservative and I'm not. Like, I believe in some of the conservative beliefs, but by no means do I like vote or care about it. So I have to keep it very private. So then I'm making the most money I've ever made. And that was the other thing. It was like this was 2 years ago. So this was pre-inflation, but I literally could not afford to work there. Like Drew, it's crazy. Like, it's radio in the 2020s. You know how unimportant you are if you're on the radio in the 2020s? Wow, good. Congratulations.
No, I do. And people are always talking about how radio is dead. And it's not the place to be right now. It's not cool. And people your age just don't even listen to the radio and they don't think about radio as being very important. So to have an opportunity to make a little more money, how could anybody deny you that?
I know, it's crazy.
Did they offer you more money?
No, it was going to be the same. The night show and some of the board ops during the day all make $15 per hour part-time. And then they literally, the best part, bro, this is such a session of you as my shrink, Drew. I've never had more of a session on my podcast.
No health insurance?
No health insurance. Here's the best part, though. They go, we're giving you a $5 raise from 10 to 15, 11 to 15 or whatever. But then they cut the hours so that you're making the same as if you were making 11 an hour.